All right, Shalom. Want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love, prayers, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's teaching His word of sincerity and truth, and that's teaching in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, here's an article brother sent me. You know, this was published the 12th of September. Right now it's 14th, about three something in the morning. I'm just gonna read the article and go into it. It says, hunger drives U.S. teens to swap sex for food, commit crimes research. So the title speaks volume, man. It says hunger drives U.S. teens to swap sex for food. So here's a study, a research that these devils did here in the U.S., here in Babylon, and dealing with the poorest cities, the poorest places in these cities, in these states, dealing with these people, which is really the tribes, man. And as they put the picture here, you can see this guy, he's a part of the tribes, man. Which I'm talking about, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native American Indians. Why wouldn't they put an Edomite here? Because when you go here in America to the hoods, to the ghettos, to the projects, to the poorest places, you're gonna run into Jake. The question is, why are they doing the research? They already know these things. But through the spirit, that these devils is what? They're studying Jake. They're studying Jake as they always have been. Okay? And it says hunger drives U.S. teens to swap sex for food. That's been going on for years, man. I'm gonna keep it blunt. Women been fucking for food for a long time. Women been having sex for money for a long time. But this is a research. This is a study, because I believe, through the spirit, that this is they trying to determine how do Jake survive? How do Jake survive with no food and no water? Because prophecy on a whole here in Babylon, all of you women gonna be fucking for money. You're gonna be doing some type of favors to have refuge, some type of favors, to drink water, to wash and bathe, man. Hey, that's going into Isaiah 4:1. Certain women gonna get with a man of the Lord in that day. To what? Call her to take away her reproof, man. To take away her sin, man. All right, and to be delivered, through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, it says hunger is driving desperate U.S. teenagers as young as 13 to search for ways to feed themselves and their families. So as 13-year-old, it says, with many resorting to crime or providing sexual favors in exchange for food and basic supplies, according to a study published Monday. So America is like a third world country already, man. It's a third world country already. This place America has fallen. The Apostle Tahar did a video, basically saying, what was the title of it? America, rest in peace, Babylon. Rest in peace, Babylon. Because this place is dead, man. This place, which you called America, is dead. Babylon the Great has fallen. And soon that's going to be, man. It's going to be no more for this place. All right. It says researchers from the Urban Institute of Washington-based Economic and Social Policy Research Group paired up with Feeding America, a U.S. network of food banks, in an attempt to find out how food insecurity affects teenagers. So here it is. They put a study together. They put a research group together into these poorest cities here in America, where Jake is at, committing all the crimes. Women as young as 13 years old selling her body, just to make ends meet. And it says an attempt to find out how food insecurity affects teenagers. Really, these devils, they're studying and trying to see how do Jake always survive. When you go back when we was slaves, when we was out in the field picking cotton, that's why a lot of you Jakes, You love your pork, man. We ate pork in a time and season. The Lord said, Ecclesiastes 3:1. You know, grab that real quick. I don't make this lesson too long. Lord will. Let's grab some precepts. It says, to everything there is a season and a time and purpose under the heaven. So when we was in hard bonded slavery, you know, out there picking cotton, and they was taking our kids and selling them on auction blocks, you know, that was the time to where, you know, the Lord, hey, damn, it make me want to grab so many scriptures, but the Lord was holding us and helping us to survive it. You know, that was a time where they would throw slop and chitlins and, you know, pig out there. Now people survived off of eating that shit. But now today in so-called 2016, you make it a fucking delicacy, man. You know, you get all upset when somebody talk about your pork. You know, it was a reason. It was what the scriptures say, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. There was a reason at that time. Just like at the time with the churches back then. You know, back then, you'll go to a church and you know, Israel will go into church and get this uplifting spirit, you know, to keep that fighting spirit, to stay alive, man. You know, Baruch the 4th chapter get into that, man. You know, how the Lord didn't bring us into captivity to destroy us. All right, but let's get back. It says, where we at? Okay. They create 2 focus groups, 1 male, 1 female, in the 10 poorest communities across the states, including those in major cities such as Chicago and Los Angeles, as well as in some rural towns. Researchers interviewed 193 boys and girls aged 13 to 18, all anonymously, over the course of 3 years. So this was over the course of 3 years. So this study went on for years, man. This is how you know these devils, like the scriptures say, are wiser than Daniel, man. They always examining, always trying to research and study Jake, man, because they want to find out. They get into your DNA. They get into your, the difference between the tribes. They get into how you eat, how your immune system work, man. It says all anonymously over the course of 3 years. So how long is the research still going? It says, and we're deeply concerned at the results. So they got some results.